So let's go ahead and get started. What I did was I just took a paper towel. I like using a paper towel. And the reason why is the sure to grow, if you try and draw with a pen or even a Mark-Sol type pen, you're just going to get it all over your hands because it's not going to absorb into the sure to grow. So what you want to do is just take a paper towel and you want to place your container on the paper towel, draw a line. And what I did was I drew the line so that the line sticks out a little bit further because I want to take into account the pot widening or the bowl widening. I want the sure to grow evenly, and I'll explain this in a minute. But once I cut out my paper towel, I want to then take my sure to grow pad, place that paper towel on top, and then trace the outer edges and just cut it out. And what you end up is with this. Now what you want to do is, because your air line is going to have to come up through the center of this sure to grow pad, you want to simply fold it in half like this, fold it in half again, and the very tip, just take your scissors and cut that off. Now what's going to happen is you're just going to cut a nice little clean hole in there, and that's where your air line is going to go through. As you notice, when I place this in, you want your air chamber and your water chamber up roughly about 1.5 to 2 inches off the bottom of the pot. That's where your air injection technology is going to be at the bottom. So you want this sure to grow pad to touch all the way around, because what you want to do is you want to keep the soil separate from the water and the air chamber. So once we did this, let me explain one more thing. If you decide that you want to drain your pot or your bucket, whatever you're using, you want to flush the root system out at any time, you can simply drill a hole in the bottom and then use what we call, it's just a simple rubber stopper. They're available at Lowe's, Home Depot. Most hardware stores will have these, and you're going to plug that in. This will allow you to pull this and flush your plant how you see fit. All right, once we do that, now we did add another extra. We drilled a hole in the side of the pot to allow for our air line to go through. We just think it looks a lot nicer. You can have it hang over the edge, that's fine, but we just think it looks more professional. It just looks more high-tech and it looks cooler. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our air injection technology and how you measure a pot to figure out what size air injection technology you need. You just simply take your roller, measure the diameter of the very bottom of the pot, deduct 1/4 inch, okay? On this one, measured 4.5 inches. And we're going to use the 3-inch air injection technology, which will be on the bottom of the pot, just like this. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and take our air line, because we drilled through the side of the pot. We're going to place that through. We're going to place our air injection technology in first. We're going to plug that in. It only takes 1 or 2 minutes to put your air injection technology together. At this point, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fill this with an aggregate. And we're using grow stones today. You can use lava rock, you can use river rock, pebbles, anything you want. You can even use hydrogen clay balls. But just make sure you rinse your media thoroughly before you place it in. So what we're going to do is we've already pre-measured our grow stones. We're going to pour that in over on top of our air injection technology like this. And this is going to give us our water and air chamber. So our air injection technology is at the very bottom. Then our favorite media, we like the grow stones. And now at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to take our sure to grow pad with the hole in it that we created, and we're going to push that through our line, and we're going to set that on top of those grow stones. So here's what it looks like installed. Now we have about a 1.5 inch, 2 inch separation between the bottom of the pot and where the soil is going to go. Now at this point, what you want to do is what I like to do, I call charging the system. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some water and go ahead and saturate this. And I want to bring that water level up even with the top of the grow stones and the sure to grow pad. So what it's going to look like is sopping wet like this. At this point, you can simply take your favorite soil, and with this grow technology, if you custom mix your soils, you do not need the perlite or the vermiculite. But it's fine if your soil has it. So just about any potting soil or your favorite potting soil is just going to perform just fantastically. At this point, we simply dump our soil in, and I want to bring it at least a 1/4 inch below the top of my pot. Now at this point, go ahead and take your small plant and go ahead and transplant like you normally do in traditional soil. Transplant it, dampen it down all the way around, just like you do in traditional soil, and then start adding your water. So you want to totally saturate that soil. But before you do that, plug your air line in to your pump and set it at least 3/4 of the way up or on full. You want to look for the air bubbles coming up top. Now we have a video specifically on how to properly water your plants, whether it's open end or closed end. Now let's show you in a 3.5 or a 5-gallon bucket. It's basically the same. We have what we call the EcoFlow Spider for Soil, the air injection technology, Spider for Soil. And this is available online. You don't have to purchase the bucket. You can buy that anywhere you want. We're just going to show you how to prepare in a larger bucket. The principle is the same as we did in the green pot.